Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. So this prayer is our beloved Srila Prabhupada's, who is sitting in the altar. He is Srila Prabhupada, founder and Acharya of ISKCON. So his prayer this is. Shri Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So this prayer is about Panchatattva. As we go forward in the classes, we'll know who are they. So next is a Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam bhangam lankayate girim yadkrutam bhande Shri Guru Tinakaram Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. So we're discussing on the topics of Bhagavad Gita. So this is kind of level 1 course where we give a quick introduction of entire Bhagavad Gita. In the sense, the whole topics of Bhagavad Gita in a short presentations wise, so that you'll have the all understanding of basic understandings of Bhagavad Gita. So in this format, so today's presentation is on the topic called the real happiness. So we are dedicating this particular session to our very much beloved, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, the founder and Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So he is the Acharya who told us what is the real happiness. Okay, and he has this power to convert many hippies to happy. Okay. So we dedicate our session to Srila Prabhupada today. So as today's topic, I discuss about the real happiness. The question here is like, has anyone got permanent, ever increasing happiness throughout any of your material activities? No? Sure? Then why we are endeavoring here? Why we are passing another day? What we are actually looking at in a day-to-day life?
Peace.
Sorry?
Peace.
Peace, very good. Any other answers?
Happiness.
Happiness? Yeah, today's topic is that. How do you think that we can get happiness? You know, one or the other way, when you are saying peace or happiness, we are actually looking, we are trying to do so many things in day-to-day life, that is to get that happiness on a day-to-day basis, right? So what all things we do in a day-to-day life, at least to get happiness? Anything, what gets you happiness?
Eating good food.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, that is one thing. Very common thing. We try to get pleasure, we try to find happiness in that. Any other answers?
Talking with your loved ones.
Sorry, Mataji?
Talking with your loved ones.
Talking with the loved ones gives the happiness. Okay. Any more?
Dancing.
Sorry?
Dancing.
Dancing. Okay. Any other answers?
Spending time with them.
Spending time with the family members. Okay. Nice. So we are also doing so many things also, right? So we are studying so much hard. Why we are studying so much hard? Huh? Why we are studying so much hard?
To make a livelihood.
To earn the livelihood. And after learning livelihood, what we are going to do? Like we are trying to find happiness or entertainment or anything, so that
pleasure or the
to seek the
materialistic
pleasures.
pleasures.
So after finding, we all study so hard, think that not audible. Little. So in this material world, we do so many things. Like we try to accumulate so many things, so many possessions also. So once we study, we earn to earn for the livelihood, we try to get a good job. Once we get a good job, we try to get a new house, or we try to get some car or something, some travelings and all. We seek that, like we have to get pleasure. On the day-to-day basis, if you see anything in our life, we are trying to be happy. Okay, so some people will be, to get that, more happiness, people will add more and more degrees to their nameplate. Some find pleasure in getting married. Some get pleasure or happiness. Once you get married, now we have to have the children. So once we have children again, once I get so much so package, I get a job, so much so package is there, I'll be happy. So is there anything in this world is permanently happy? Like once if I reach to this particular, position or particular package or this particular goal I have achieved, are we really getting happy? Sure, huh? Sure?
It makes you happy, but it's pretty momentary.
Momentary. So don't you feel like you struggle so hard and like Mother said, it's like momentary pleasure. I struggled so much, you may be feeling so happy and that doesn't last for a long. Maybe even for a day or two, maybe max a week, maybe month. Okay? So we never found this permanent happiness in this material activities, right? So let's see what Lord Krishna's saying. Why, when you are looking in the happiness and this is very momentary and temporary, why is it happening? And what Krishna is saying about this world. So prior to that, I'll just show you some slides. Just let me know, what do you call them? Okay, the place to eat, what do you call this place? What do you generally call? What do you see if you see this slide? Annadana place. So what do you call in general in Sanskrit or in our local language? Bhojana language. So place where the food is served. So similarly another example. Not very good example, but yeah. What do you call this place? How many of you are in AECS layout or in around? A very fashionable name places are there, but you see the name also. What do you call? Okay, that's English. What do you say in our language? You see these names, no? Maduralo, famous one bar is there. And I see recently, the library of liquor, something like that. Library liquor somewhere. So, what do you call this place as? Madirali, right? The place where you get served these drinks. And what do you call this? Place of study. Vidyalaya. This one? Pustakala. Now you all are on the path. Okay, so what do you see common in all these places? Alaya means what? A place. Right? So the place where we are living is also? Good. So what Krishna says about this place where we are living, this material world, this earthly planet or this earth, what Krishna has to say about this particular place we see. What he says? Just repeat after me. Maupetya punarjanma Dukkalayam shashvatam Naploti mahatmana Samsiddhim paramam gataha. Someone read this purport. Translation. Yeah. Translation. Can somebody read out?
After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world which is full of miseries because they have attained the highest perfection.
Right. So this is highlighted here in this particular shloka. What is that highlighted? Can you say? Dukkhalaya Ashashvatam. So what is that? It's a place of temporary world and Ashashvatam. Ashashvatam is not permanent, temporary world. Dukkhalaya, a place of miseries, right? So Krishna is saying about this material world, about this world, he is saying this is Dukkhalaya Ashashvatam. Not in one place, he said in the Bhagavad Gita, another shloka also where he is saying, Kim punar brahmano punya bhakta rajarashayasya tata anityam asukam lokam imam prapya vajasvamam. Purport, translation. Louder. Louder, please. Somebody read.
How much more this is so of the righteous Brahmanas, the devotees and the saintly kings. Therefore, having come to this temporary miserable world, engage in loving service unto me.
So again, Krishna is saying, Bhagavad Gita, previously he was saying in the 8th chapter 15th shloka, he is saying, Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. Here again he is saying, Anityam Asukam. So again he is saying, Anityam means what again? Nityam means permanent. Anityam means something which is temporary. Asukam. Dukkhalayam. In the previous shloka he was saying Dukkhalayam means where it is completely a miseries. And here Asukam means the place where you don't get the happiness. So everything in this world is temporary. So Krishna is again emphasized in Bhagavad Gita twice about this material world. Okay. So anything gives us in this happiness in this world gives us the same thing, gives us distress also. So one which is momentary, the pleasure what we are getting, like you said, it is momentary, and at the same time it gives distress also. Can somebody give an example for that? Something which you found like so much happiness it gave to you, but at the same time it is also a place of, it is also gives you a kind of unpeace or distress. Place of work. Place of work. Very good. Another? Any other examples you found? Or else you all are happy. I can think in that way. Eating, sleeping.
If we eat more, we will struggle.
Okay.
If we sleep more, we will be happy, but later we will have difficulty waking up and doing small things.
You eat more, you like eating, and you eat more, people get all kind of, indigestions or diseases, all those. Very best examples are something like we try so hard and then we have a fear of losing it also. When you achieve something, you have a fear of losing this also. It's not that I have achieved it and I am completely happy after that. No. Once you achieve, there is a fear of losing it also. For example, simple example, like you have an aim to get a BMW car, an Audi car. Okay, you work very hard, you got that car also. But what is the distress coming along with that is maintenance. Mainly maintenance, the petrol. Forget about all those things also. When you park the car, you also always scared of somebody scratching on that. Right? So much you have put money and then happiness also. You get a momentary happiness, but along with that you are getting a distress also. Another main thing, in the most commonly we see in the relationships. Right? Why? By relationships. You love someone, that you plan a lot, like I get married to so and so person, I'll have a beautiful children. So and so much you plan, you assume and you'll feel happy. But what happens?
Different
Sorry.
Thoughts don't match.
Okay, after loving also, after love, you love that person so much, and then yeah, like you said, compatibility issues after getting married also. A person whom you like, love so much, maybe after few years, the same person you want to run away from, right? That happens. That is happening. So, when Krishna is saying these two shlokas, that when he is saying it is Dukkalayam, Ashashvatam and Asukam and Anityam, is he sounding very pessimistic? Is there no fun in this world? Aren't we enjoying? Does Krishna sound pessimistic? Why is he branding it so miserable? You know, how many of you know Bhagavad Gita is a manual of our life? Believe? You understand that Bhagavad Gita is a manual? How? We all have this. We purchase some good, we get a manual. Why do we have a manual as such? Why do we use? To guide us, like how to use that machine. Okay. So what in general happens when you don't use manual? May not be using properly and very true. We might be damaging the product itself. And what else? If we don't use, like we all know TV, right? If you bring that TV, many of us know directly connect and we know how to operate it and channels and all. Just we connect it and see. How many of you are having phones and how many of you are aware of the complete features of it? We know only few features and we try to use this. We never bother to read the manual, right? When you read the manual completely, what advantages you get? You know how to use the tool or the device what you got completely. In and out features you will know and you use the maximum potential of it. But with little features what you know and you start operating, disadvantages, there is a chance of you may not be using it properly if you don't read the manual. Second is you may not be using all the features of it completely. Third thing is, you would be wasting time by just doing a trial in there. So Krishna says, this is a tool. The body is a machine, right? Many places in Bhagavad Gita, this is yantra rodhani maya. So he says this body is a machine. So when it says a machine, complex machine, how many of you heard this? Many people are saying, or scientists or doctors saying, human body is a complex machine, right? They're also saying it's a machine. So when this machine he has given a manual also to it. What is that manual? Bhagavad Gita. Krishna himself is saying in Bhagavad Gita, it's a manual. So in Bhagavad Gita itself he is saying twice at 7.15 and 9.33 about this material world. This is Dukkalayam and Asashvatam. Why he is saying this is a pessimistic? Let's analyze. So what you are seeing in this picture? Okay, is this picture visible to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, so what is that you are seeing in this? Mom. Whatever, it's comprehension. Like in English, we'll have a comprehension we have to write, right? Essay. So seeing this, whatever you are getting, you just let me know.
A man is surrounded by problems from all sides, and then on the other side there is Krishna.
Are you seeing problems there? I'm not seeing. I'm asking you a picture. What you are seeing in that picture?
The man still is hanging.
Huh?
Man is hanging on the tree. There is elephant
Yes.
which is shaking the tree.
Okay.
There are mouse on the tree and there are snakes below the man. The man still wants to enjoy honey.
Where is honey?
The dog.
Honeycomb. Okay, you are saying the drops also. I'm not able to see sitting here.
He's trying to get the happiness with all the problems around him.
Wow, you are so intelligent. Very good. So this analogy or this picture, what depicts is what in Mahabharata it is said. A person is chased by an elephant, and he suddenly gets this tree and he climbs to this tree, and then he hangs from there. And the elephant is shaking the tree so that the elephant can cut him. At the same time, two rats are there, white and black, on the top of the tree, which is, although it is not eating, the rats don't eat, but it is cutting that branch, right? And down there are snakes. So the whole analogy says to us, this is our life. This is what. And you see around this person there are some honeybees also, right? So what this analogy says to us is, like I said, this is from the Mahabharata, and the whole picture depicts the material world, right? So here the man is a common man, you and me, and the elephant is the death which is chasing us continuously. So the death, anybody can save themselves from the death? No, right? So the death is. So the moment the child is born, what it is said? How old the baby is, right? You can't say that just now it is born. Even if one day it is old, you'll say one day old baby. The moment you are born, your death is also confirmed. The moment you take birth, the death is also, a date is there for you. So you cannot escape from the death. So elephant is chasing, the elephant chasing is the death which is chasing a man, right? And the black and white rats you are seeing on the top, what they are? Your day and night. So every single day, and to which you are hanging this branch, right? Is this material world where you are. And every day, every passing day and night, the rats are eating up those branch, and you are closer to the death, So they are reducing your age. The branch is like your age, which is reduced by the day and night. And the bees, which is surrounded around this person, is, right, your problems, right, day-to-day problems here. And the hissing snakes from the pit, what are they? Your big obstacles in the life, whatever you face day-to-day life, big obstacles. And honeybees are the problems which you are surrounded by. And when the elephant is shaking this tree, from the honeybee comb, a few drops of honey is dropping from the comb, and you are just licking that and feeling so happy. And for a temporary moment you forget everything around this. You are not able to see all this, and you are just very much keenly interested and engrossed in enjoying that few drops of honey, right? That how this person stretched his tongue and enjoying the honey drops, and he is forgetting everything happening around. So this is how the material world, the depict of the material world, samsara, is given in Mahabharata, right? So what are the real problems you have in this world? They are saying so much, right? We discussed about the snakes and all we are saying. So what do you consider the real problems? Nobody has any problems here. Speak out. What problems you have? What do you consider as a problem? Sorry?
Anger, expectations.
Expectations is a problem? Okay.
Attachment.
Sorry, Mataji?
Attachment.
Attachment. We all are learned very much. Okay. Expectations, attachment. No other problems, no financial problems, no education problem. Health problem. And? Huh? Anger issues. That's a problem? Okay. Health problem. Why is health a problem? Doctor is very happy now. Isn't he happy? Financial problems. I am a billionaire. Your financial problem, I don't see it's a problem to me. Right? Any other problems?
Fear of losing our parents or grandparents.
Parents and grandparents?
Like fear, like they are getting aged and
leaving. They may get separated from us is a fear.
At the same time, next generation is not listening to.
That's a big problem. Okay, parental problems, children problem. So expectations, anger issues, they are another level. But basic problems we see: financial problems, children problem, parental problems, all those. So thing is, when you are saying this problem is a problem, is it a real problem? Like I said, your problem may not be a problem to me. Like you have a health issues, but a doctor is very happy because he is getting money. A rain is a problem to me because it is not allowing me to dry my clothes or I am drenched outside. But one person is very happy in the rainy season. Who? Farmers. Excess rain also. Yeah, to some extent, but excess rain also is a distress to them, right? So again, umbrella maker. He is very happy. He'll get a business. So in that way, problems in this world are relative. A problem which is problem to you may not be a problem to me. When two persons people meet and when they discuss problems, the other may not feel, hey, this is very small problem. What I have is a big problem. If you and I discuss, your problem may not sound, and when I say my problem, ये तो बहुत छोटा है. This is very small. My problem is a very big. Like that it is. So those are not called to be a real problem. A problem which is problem to you may not be a problem, a relative. And there are certain criteria which is called to be a real problem. According to Shastras, what they say is the problem which is common to everyone. The problem which you don't want, but still it comes to you. Right? Another criteria is there. What did I say? The problem which is common to everyone. The problem which you don't want, but still it comes to you. Third thing is, you can't escape from that. So, something which has meet this criteria, these three things, that is called to be a real problem. Now saying this, can you say me that? The problem which is common to everyone. Just guess, I'll say this point is again, the problem which is common to everyone, the problem no one wants, but everyone gets that. And the problem, what did I say? Sorry? You can't escape. You don't want, but it comes to you. What are those problems? These your problem is having this criteria, then it is called to be a real problem. Anything which you can think of? Sorry? Illness, very good. Death, very good. Huh? Birth, is it? But nobody wants to take. Birth, okay. Old age, right. So this is what Shastra says, which meets all these criteria is Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. So Janma, birth, Mrityu is death, Jara, old age, Vyadhi, disease. So Mrityu we all know, nobody want the death to come. Anybody is eagerly asking question, you are ready for death, when you want death? Anybody ask that question? No answer, right? So nobody looks for the death. But you can't avoid this. And these particular problems are faced by everyone. Be it a pauper, be it a rich man, be it a young boy or an old person, woman or man, boy or girl. No, category that they can escape. So Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. So Mrityu is death, nobody wants. Jara, old age. What are the problems with old age? Dependency, very nice. What kind of dependencies? All kind of dependencies, right? Emotional dependency, physical dependency, mental dependency, financial dependency, emotional dependency, everything. And people, think in that way. There's one story from Mahabharata. When Pandavas actually are in the exile, when they are in the forest, and in cut short I'll say this. So when they go to the forest and they happen to meet, okay, this Duryodhana and party would come to forest So that just to show them that how they are enjoying and how these people are suffering. So they do grand arrangements in the forest opposite to the Pandavas, and they start enjoying. So they happen to go get some water from a nearby pond, and that pond is actually belongs to a Gandharvas. Right? When Duryodhana and party go there, the Gandharvas capture this entire Kauravas. At the same time, when Pandavas also knowing this fact, and they go and try to relieve these Kauravas, try to help the Kauravas, even the poor Pandavas also get stuck with the Gandharvas. So finally Dharmaraj, Yudhishthir will go. And when he goes to that pond, the Gandharva says that, I'll ask few questions. That is not Gandharva, Yakshas. So we call that as, he'll say that Yaksha would be saying that, I ask few questions to you, and if you are answering those questions correctly, I will release all of them and I'll allow you to take water from this pond. So that is also called as famous Yaksha Prashnas. You will find this in the Mahabharata. Okay? So that Yaksha would be asking so many questions. Out of that one question he would be asking, what is that is most amazing thing in this world? Right? So what does anybody have any idea like what Yudhishthira would answer for that? So Yudhishthira would be saying, this is so amazing that people will be seeing their near and dear are dying. Okay? And they feel sad, they feel bad also. But they never realize that we are going to die one day. And he does his activities in such a way that he is going to live here in this material forever. He does his activity, he behaves in such a way that he is eternally there in this material world. Right? So this is what is amazing. Is it not amazing? You see day in, day out, like many people are dying. And you know that death is inevitable. But still, you will never get that feel like I am going to die. And then you start doing your things and day-to-day activities in such a way that you are not having the death. So that is an amazing part. So in that way, so many questions are asked, and finally, Yudhishthir Maharaj would be answering all his questions, and finally he get out. So one this beautiful, I just wanted to, after seeing this particular death part, I remembered that analogy of the small and dot or story. So I shared with you. Jara is like old age, we all know that. Vyadhi, disease also. Nobody wants illness. But we get, based upon our karma, our sinful activities. Disease you are getting means in your life, it is because of your past karma or sinful activities. Based on that, you are getting disease. How come? Janma is birth is a very painful thing, or it's a problem. Why? Sorry? Why birth is a painful thing? To stay in a mother womb. It's said in Shastra, or even it is like, you tie a person in a sack and hang him upside down. How do you feel? And that's not, it's even for, and you are surrounded by all kind of flesh, unwanted things, and you are being there, and you are bitten by so many microorganisms, and all the time when the child feels uneasy, he kicks the mother, and the mother feels that, oh, my baby is moving, and she feels very happy. At the time of birth also, mother undergoes so much pain, and the baby also undergoes so much pain, right? So birth is also not very easy. Apart from these 4 problems, there is other 3 miseries in this material world, which is also called as tapatrayas. Heard this word tapatraya ever in before? No. Okay, mostly North Indians may not be heard. In South India, in some or the other way, would have heard this tapatrayas. Tapatraya means 3. Tapatraya means Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika, and Adi Daivika. So tapatrayas are nothing but the miseries. So what are the miseries? Adhyatmika. Adhyatmika means suffering caused by one's own body and mind. Agreed? Our own body causes so much difficulties for us. Right? Fever or whatever, cold, cough. And one of the biggest problem right now, current world is facing is mental issues. A lot of distress, depression, anxieties, anger issues, all those are mental. So which is caused by our own body. So this is called as Adhyatmika. Adi Bhautika. Agreed or not? Adi Bhautika means suffering caused by other living entities. Does anybody say that I am not suffered by the other living entities? I am happy. Everyone accepted. Anybody denies that I am not getting sufferings from the others? If not, at least a mosquito is there for you to be suffering, right? So yeah. Adi Dhaivika. So suffering caused by the nature. Adi Dhaivika means natural calamities, earthquake, tsunamis, what do you say? So this is Adi Dhaivika Klesha. These are called Kleshas. And this is one way of nature cleaning its own way of cleaning itself. So Adi Dhaivika. So these 3 miseries and 4 problems what we discussed are the real problems in the world. Agreed? Anybody denying on this? Alright. So what is the reality of this world? Right? Correct? Over promises and under delivery. So there is a lot of advertisements in and around our world. If you are saying you eat this, you get happiness, or you purchase this cosmetic, you'll become fair and beauty. And we do believe also. We know that it doesn't, but still we pay so much. We, as a females, we know that the advertisement is showing is there's a fake, but still somewhere we put trust and we purchase so much. We spend so much on cosmetics. Are we really getting that? So everyone is trying in this their own way to innovatively try to be happy. Like, sir, somebody may find happiness in, like Mataji said, eating, or somebody may find happiness in traveling. Why are they doing? So that they find their own way of happiness. The thing is that this happiness is, if you do the same repeated thing, once you got happiness in one time, you may not get happiness in the same time. Otherwise, why do you have so many restaurants, right? If one restaurant is good and you feel happy there, you go twice, you feel bored for the 3rd time. You don't want to go that place again, right? So that's why you want variegatedness in your happiness. That's where we call as innovative, happiness. But what's happening? But the time kills the happiness, right? So this is another picture which shows, You see, what you see here is a burger, right? What you see in the between patty is a very thin layer. You should hear it is showing little bit. But in general, when you go, the patty is very small and the big buns are there. So that little happiness what we are looking is coming with a greater effort, like at buns. So lot of endeavor you have to put, and to achieve that, lot of endeavor and trouble you have to put to get that little happiness, right? Because in the case of earning money also, like we all would have experienced this. So when we are in 10th class, our parents would say this 10th class is very crucial. Once you crossed its 10th class, you'll be happy. So we put effort and we get past 10th class. Once we get into 10th, what is this 11th and 12th? This is professional, the place where you can go to the next level. So put little effort. So once we study hard for 11th and 12th, again we enter into, you just put effort. Once you get into a professional degree, once you get that professional degree, your life will be settled. Right? Once after getting that professional, when you enter into that professional degree study, so what is the next carrot is hanged before you? Good job. Once you get good job, everything is settled. You get nice life partner, nice marriage will happen. Once degree is completed, what next is waiting? Nice marriage is waiting. Once nice marriage is over, what then? Once I get a children, I will be happy. Fact or not? Once children is gone, you get children, are you happy? Are you happy? No. The responsibility. So this is how, earning money or phase by phase, we all have experienced this, Are we really finding happiness? So logic of happiness is this one. Anticipation of achieving something. Like I said, right? You achieve this, once I go there, I may get happiness. You know, ever you saw that when how they make a donkey to walk for a longer distance? What they do is they dangle a carrot before a donkey. So what it thinks is, you know, I take one step, I'll get that carrot. But the person who is sitting on the donkey himself is holding the carrot. Once he takes one step ahead, the carrot is also moves one step ahead. So here, the logic of happiness in this world is said to us is like the anticipation of achieving something. You achieve this, you will get happiness. And the second thing is comparison of status. You know, these are two things which we feel that, you know, gives us happiness. If any of our friend, you know, or anybody of our near and dear, if we are little ahead of them, be it in whatever possible way, if we are getting little a bigger car than them, or we are having a little bigger qualification, then we'll feel happy. But the moment we see somebody is really a little bit ahead of us, are we really happy? No, right? So that's the comparison of status. So like I told in the very beginning, current status of our happiness is relative, right? When we feel that for us, for one may be happy, the other person may be sad. Once again, one more thing is like our happiness depends upon the situation. It varies from the situation to situation. Right or wrong? Agreed? Like, you know, you are in a very happy mood. I give something to you, you are happy. But when you are in distress and when you say, I bring the same thing which brings you happiness, you are least bothered. A simple example, like, you know, I give a gulab jamun in a sweet juice. You love to eat that. But the same gulab jamun, if I put it in a karela juice and give, you like it? Why? The same ingredients, no? Gulab jamun ingredient is same. What changed there? So the people, person, inherent is same thing, but your mental status, your situations, that actually matters a lot. You know, you may be in a happy mood, and something happens. At the same moment, the fraction of a second, everything changes. That happiness itself brings you a distress. Another example it is said, you know, now you are in a happy, jolly mood, and I bring a kg of gold to you. How you will feel? I am going to give this 1 kg of gold. You will feel very, very happy, right? Today also gold price is ever increasing. I keep another 2 years also. It brings me more money. What if you are drowning in the sea and I come to you in a boat? Instead of saving you, I say that I am going to give you a gold. Take. Do you? Why? It's the same gold, na? First for you important is coming out of that. First mujhe bacha lo pani. Save me from this. If I give gold, you furthermore drown with the weight of it, right? That is the situation. Situationally depends. So the real happiness is so we discussed like in the material world what Krishna said is dukkhalayam sashvatam, right? So our connection with this material world is, what is the obstacle in getting the real happiness? What do you think in this material world? Our connection to this material world is what? Our body, right? How many of you believe in the beginning of the chapters of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna clearly says about the body and the spirit soul? How many of you know that you are a soul or a body? Soul. All of you know that we are soul. So Bhagavad Gita first initial chapters he clearly says about the soul and the body, right? But our connection with this material world is this body, and whatever sufferings we are facing, what it is because of this body. So our suffering mainly experiences we through with this body only. So pain is not gross, but it's subtle, right? So for example, if I say that you are in a rented home, and you decorated your home so nicely, each and every piece you are arranging in your home with great interest and with great care you have purchased and arranged. And what happens is, the owner comes and brings some gundas and asks, make you to come out of that home. So you feel very bad. Why? Attached to, that gundas are taking you out of from the home. You are feeling pain for that because you are removed from that home, or you are feeling pain because he is dragging you out from the home. What I mean to say is, they are dragging you, they are pulling you. So physically they are doing that. You are feeling pain for that, or you are coming out of that home is paining you more. Which is paining you more? Huh? Because I am coming out of that home, I am getting more pain. It's not that they are physically pulling you is hurting you more. Why? I have paid this so much and I have paid my rent, but I have arranged my house so much. Suddenly, without any notice, he is pulling me out of from this house. I have arranged it so much. What goes into your mind at that time is this thing. Okay? So it's because of the attachment to the things around you. But I would like to say a small story here so that you all will be active. Okay? So once there would be a king, and this king would be having 4 wives. Okay? So first wife, wherever he goes, he will be, he spends a lot of time with his first wife. Whenever he gets time, he will be spending he loves her so much and he spends more of his time with the first wife. And second wife, wherever he goes outside, wherever parties or some meetings are happening, he will take only his second wife. And lifelong he does this. Whenever big gatherings happen, meeting happens and enjoyment places happens, partying happens, he will take his second wife. Third wife, he would be very emotionally connected to the third wife. Like he will be sharing all his, good, bad, everything. Emotionally, he is very much connected to the third wife. He doesn't see in his life the fourth wife's face. This is how he spends his life, whole lifetime. So he now becomes an old age person and he understands that he is going to die. Who? The king. So he goes and he understands that I have spent so much with my wives. I'll go and check. Soon I'm going today. Who will be accompanying me? Right? So first he goes to his first wife and says that soon I'm going today. Will you come with me? So first wife says that as long as you have given, I have taken. Once you go, I don't care where you go. I'm not interested in. He feels very morose. Then he goes to his second wife and he says that lifelong, wherever I have gone, I have taken you along with me. And publicly people knows me, you are my wife. So I'm soon going to die. Will you accompany in my death? So what does second wife reply? As long as you have given importance to me, I'm there with you. Once you go, I'll go with somebody else. I'm not bothered to be with you. Very pathetic, no? Yes, he cared so much for her. And first wife also, he loved her so much. The same thing replied she also. With a very sad, morose face, he goes to third wife. And he says, I have been emotionally connected with you. So much, I shared everything with you. Okay? I shared my good and bad. I spent my all good days, bad days with you. I am very much emotionally connected. Would you come to me when I die? So what does third wife says? So much you are emotionally connected. Max to the max, I will come to crematorium. After you die, I will come back. I can't help. So lifelong he didn't see fourth wife face. So with what face he will go to her and ask? He will just go to her chamber and return back. So he doesn't want to go inside also. Because lifelong he didn't see her face also. So fourth wife comes out and she calls out, my husband, I will come along with you. Right? So beautiful story, right? So this is the fact of our life also. Okay? Who is this fourth wife? Yes, Krishna himself, Lord who is sitting, Paramatma who is sitting in our heart. Lifelong we don't see his face. We will remember him when we are really, in pathetic situations or When we are really distressed, we look upon to Him. But when we are, how many of here when we are happy, let me go to temple and share my happiness with Him. Some, if parents are there from the beginning, right? Hardly anybody remembers, agree or not, hardly anybody remembers if we are in complete happiness, do we really remember Krishna, Lord? Very hardly. But the moment we get little sadness, we'll just run to Him, run to the Lord, some God. This God, if we go, maybe this He will be doing. This may, so and so problem is that if I approach that Lord, He may be solving. Hanuman, I go, He may be giving this problem. Ganapati, let me go. This is how our belief and faith will be, right? So, thing here is like, in our lifetime, when we are happy and healthy and good enough, nobody likes to see the fourth wife. That is the Lord. Who is this first wife? By this analogy, who is the first wife? Whom we love so much in our life? Ourselves, our body. Don't you love your body so much? Don't you decorate yourself? Don't you feed? Don't you, whatever it asks, what did I say? Whatever the first wife asks, the king gives. So whatever our body asks, we take care. The moment I want to eat this, whether without thinking whether it is good or bad, you try to supply that. The moment I want to go to the movie, or I want this, I want that, what it is demanding? Your body is demanding, and you are immediately fulfilling. Aren't we doing that? Whatever our body asks, we immediately try to give it. So that is the first wife. So what does the first wife says? As long as you are there, I am with you. After this, I will also leave. Does your body come when you die? Right? Second thing, what the second wife says? What does second wife, what does king do with the second wife? He takes her wherever he goes. And what does the second wife say? Second wife says that as long as you are there, I will be there with you. Once you go, I will go with somebody else. So what is that? Your name and fame. As long as you are there on this earthly planet, doctor, PhD, so and so great person. Once you are died, that PhD degree, that vice president or CEO, COO or so and so designation, what you carry today is there with you. It goes to somebody else, right? Nobody is here fixed up with PhD, only one person had and nobody achieved. Nobel Prize. Right? This happens. What is the third wife? Emotionally connected. Right? Who is that emotionally connected? With our family members, friends, families. What they say? Whatever happiness or distress we get, we go and share with the friends, family members. What they can do max? They come to you maximum to the crematorium because you have been there with them. So think here what the story says here is the person who comes to us along with even after death is the Paramatma or the Lord who is sitting in our heart. He is accompanying in this body. Even if you go into the dog body, He will come there. He will be accompanying you. Since Lord is there in us now, we are able to survive. Once Lord is gone, we are also gone from this body. Right? So this is, so why we have studied this story is to understand that who is our real friend in this material world, right? So main obstacles in our present world is, obstacle to our real happiness is our body and lot of expectations, false expectations and expectations we keep from the body. So what is the solution, right? What is this picture depicts here? It's raining and the umbrella is protecting you from that rain, right? So when the rain comes, what do we do? We protect ourselves with umbrella. Similarly, when we have this problems in our life, is it a good way that I want to switch off the problems? Is it possible? I will stop the rain. Is it possible for you? No. The only possible thing which is there in our hand is to hold the umbrella. To hold, similarly, is the process of bhakti, the process of mantra meditation, spiritual practices. The spiritual practices is like holding the umbrella. I'll just say one more thing, why we have to do bhakti, why we have to do spiritual practices. Suppose you are walking, you attended this satsang, and let's say that it's become quite late, it's like 10 or 12 midnight it passed, and you are just walking it alone on the street, nobody is around you. And from before you, a drunkard person coming, or kind of hefty personalities are coming who are drunk and they are seeing you very weirdly. Do you get scared or not in the midnight? Do you get scared or not? What do you do immediately when you get scared? Sorry? Louder, I can't hear. What do you do when you get scared? Pray or immediately you check around. Is anybody coming? Intuition thing is, basical intuition thing is, you see some fearful thing is coming before you, you look around. You look around and you see some group members from the satsang are also behind, or 4 or 5 members. What will happen to you? Immediately that fear goes. You are not scared anymore. What happened there? The situation changed. You are the same person. The same fearful person is coming behind, before you. And you are the same person, same environment, same night, same midnight. Everything is same. But what changed is, when you looked around, you find some kind of confidence and you have that courage of facing the problems. When you do bhakti, when you take up the spiritual practices, when you take the shelter of the Lord or surrenderance, that strength gets. Your financial problems, your material problems, whatever problems you are facing in your life, they will be like that. Doesn't mean we don't give any false promises that once you take shelter to the Lord, Lord will take all your sins, Lord will take all your problems. No, your problems will be there still. Your relationship issues will be there. Your financial problems will be there. But what changes in you? The courage, the determination. That's why it's like these raindrops are like the problems. They are never ending. They are ever coming. How can you protect from those sorrows and problems is holding up to this umbrella of bhakti or the mantra meditation. See, problems are mandatory because this is Krishna already told. Understand? Krishna what he told, this world is dukkhalayani. He clearly told, this is a place of miseries. You go into a bathroom, public toilet, and how much ever perfume you pour, making that I would solve these problems. I dedicate my life to solve my problems. It's like I'll keep on perfuming the public toilet. Any use? The problems will be there. What is the solution for that? Get out from that place. Right? So problems are mandatory. Krishna himself is saying this material world is dukkhalayam. And this is temporary, ashashvata. Whatever you get here is not permanent. Whatever happiness, whatever, any pleasure things you see, they are not going to. In the same time, the distress also. The happiness or distress, anything is not permanent. They are like sine wave. They come and go, and come and go. So what makes you to protection from there is, you make that suffering as optional. It's your choice. I'll remove the umbrella and I'll undergo myself, drenching myself into the suffering is your option, or hold the umbrella and I make suffering as an option. I can protect myself. That umbrella is nothing but your spiritual practices. So what happens when you do a spiritual practices? Your consciousness raises to higher level. How is that possible? How your consciousness raises higher level? Earlier, when you practice spiritual, for smaller things, you dress up nicely and somebody should praise you. If nobody praises you, you feel hurt. You feel so sad. You feel bad. Most of them, Instagram likes. You post a nice picture on Instagram or social media. You keep on coming and checking how many likes are there. Why? Because that gives you pleasure. You put your happiness measures over there. Why do I take so many pictures in different angles? And if some angle, somebody should praise me. Right? So that actually gives happiness. So that consciousness level is there. But at the time, when you start doing the spiritual practices and all, even if somebody don't praise you, when you understand the concept of karma, when you understand the concept of three modes of material nature, which we are going to come in the later sessions, when you understand these concepts and when you start practicing, everything seems to be very simple. So somebody says, even somebody comes before you and scolds also, ठीक है, इसका mood अच्छा नहीं है. Probably he is facing something else. The same person who is short-tempered, after doing the spiritual practices for some time, becomes like a sadhu. He tries to understand. This is the power, this is the strength. Like I told you, right? When you turn around, the courage, what it gives is the people, the strength, right? Similarly, the spiritual practices, what you do gives you that strength, that mental stability, that consciousness growth would be there. And all this, what I'm saying, you have to really experience. Theoretically, how much ever I can give the classes, you can listen. But when you practice it, when you understand it, when you realize it, then only it makes the difference in your life. So perception towards the world changes, right? The same thing. The story which I told you, right? The analogy what I gave. When you look around, somebody is there for you, the total perception change. Situation is same, you are the same person, environment is same. What changed in your life is the strength, what is, when you look around, found somebody and that strength has changed the perception. The spiritual practices or bhakti also is the same way. It changes the perception. And expectations from this world will change. When you understand this is dukkhalayam ashashvatam, now today you understood dukkhalayam and ashashvatam. So do you really dare to expect that a permanent happiness will be there here? No. Lord Krishna himself already said, so I can't expect anything from here. Okay, you got something which is overwhelming, you don't get distressed. Okay, I'm morose. No, this is going to change. This is not going to be permanent here. Or if you are overjoyed with happiness, then also you can level yourself thinking that, okay, I don't have to be so much overjoyed. This is something which is there, has come. This is also going to pass away like a passing cloud. I don't have to be so much overjoyed or overwhelmed. So you keep yourself neutral to every situation. So our expectations from this world changes. So all this will happen after a long time. Let's say what Krishna says here. Nasti buddhir ayuktasya nacha yukta bhavanaha. Okay, sorry. Nasti buddhir ayuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayate shantir ashantis kutas sukham. Somebody read translation. Read out.
One who is not connected to the Supreme in Krishna consciousness can neither transcendental intelligence nor a steady mind, without which there is no possibility of peace. And how can there be any happiness without peace?
So definition of happiness Krishna is saying, where he is saying in the second chapter, 66th shloka. Let's put this shloka in a pictorial form or in a flowchart kind. So what Krishna is saying? Practice bhakti. So when you practice bhakti, what happens? You will connect with the Supreme. So what benefit you get when you connect with the Supreme? Your transcendental intelligence and steady mind increases. So when you have steady mind, what happens? You get peace. So when you have peace, automatically happiness. Does this happiness depend upon anything in the material world? Did we understood the whole session today? Where does the real happiness comes from us? Where does the real happiness comes from? The real happiness comes from the real peace within you. And how do you get peace? You get peace when you have this transcendental knowledge and when you have a steady mind. And how do you get that steady mind and that transcendental knowledge? When you connect yourself to Lord Krishna. And how can you connect to the Krishna? Through bhakti. So if you go back to this particular shloka, what he is saying, Nasti buddhir ayuktasya, one who is not connected with the Supreme can neither be in transcendental knowledge. Okay? Nasti buddhir ayuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavanaha. Nacha bhavatya shantir. So one who is not having the transcendental knowledge, he is not going to attain the peace. And one who is not having the peace, he is ashantisya kudastha sukham. So where do you get the happiness? Without peace. So this is the reverse way we are putting it, so that it is clear to understand. So first you practice bhakti, you connect to Krishna. So when you start connecting to Krishna, you start realizing the transcendental knowledge. Theoretically you may study. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter, this particular Bhagavad Gita is topmost secret, he says. Why it is a topmost secret? Book is open, you pay 250, you get ISKCON people will be selling Bhagavad Gita everywhere, anywhere, anytime you ask. Book is available to you, open and read. When book is now, copies are available, why it is Guhyam? Krishna says 9th chapter, very beginning of the 9th chapter, first shloka says, Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam. Why does he say it is Guhyam? Guhyam means what? Top secret. This is secret he is saying. But book is available, why do you say that it is secret? Secret means two things are there. Here one secret is, you read Bhagavad Gita, you will not understand until you read it from an experienced person. Otherwise it's another subject theoretically. You read one shloka, it goes off. You come to the second shloka, the first shloka or the first chapter flies off if you come to the second chapter. Until and unless you read in the association of the practiced devotees, you can't understand Bhagavad Gita, even if you read also very clearly. So that is one Guhyam. Second layer of Guhyam is, every time you read Bhagavad Gita, after you reading first level of reading from a devotees, you realize something. Second time you read, you go further more depth. You realize some more truths. Third time you read, the realization is within your heart. The transformation within your heart happens, that actually is called as a realization. Rest all theoretical knowledge, what you practice or what you hear is a theoretical knowledge. There is a difference called Jnana and Vijnana. How many of you heard this word? Jnana means theoretical knowledge. Vijnana means what? The knowledge which you have realized. Simple analogy, what our dear Prabhupada always says, that you have a honey bottle. You have never tasted honey in your life. For example, okay, I am the one who tasted honey. And I say that, you ask, how that, I heard that honey is very good to taste. How it will be if you ask this question. And I say that honey is in a brown color. It is a thick viscous liquid. It's sweet. It is so sweet. Do you get that taste? Or something you imagine as sweet which you have never seen in your life. I say that this texture is like this. This is like this smells it is in that way. Do you feel that? No. Until and unless you put that gulab jamun or that honey in your mouth and taste for yourself, you will realize it. Similarly, bhakti is, I can go and give classes to you on this topic. But until and unless you practice this bhakti, you can't experience the Supreme. And once you connect and experience the Supreme, the transcendental knowledge, intelligence, that karma, three modes of material nature, everything will be, you will be realizing within your heart. You understand. Then you grow. Your consciousness will grow from lower level to higher level. Just like how when we are a kid, we like tricycle. When we are in 10th class and all, we would be aiming for bicycle. Of course, I don't know now, it is beyond that. Now people are aiming for cars only. So +2, +3, bikes or something else. Or once you start earning, you may be looking for the cars. Do you at the once you are earning, do you hanker for this tricycle which you were playing with in third year or second year in your? Why? What changed? You are the same person, right? Now just the difference is that you are earning. Why are you not hankering for that tricycle which you played with in 2 years? Why? What changed?
Already experienced.
Already experienced, your consciousness, your level has changed. Do you hanker? At the earning level also, if you hanker for the third, something is problem with the person, they'll think all right. So you have evolved yourself from that third year kid consciousness to you have grown up to 20 years. Accordingly, your consciousness also changed. Similarly, when we practice bhakti, when we do sadhana, our consciousness changes. Tremendously it changes. And that you have to experience it. to get the real happiness in this world. So in general, when we say bhakti, when we say connect to Supreme, what generally people think? People think we have to be like the first picture. Bhakti means like this. I have to renounce everything. Is it true? Why not? You go and say that I am reading Bhagavad Gita. How many of your parents are happy? Confidently can you say, I am going to ISKCON, I am doing chanting 16 rounds, I am stop eating non-veg, I am following more regulative principles. You go and say to your parents, what is their first picture comes into their mind is this one. Why are you reading Bhagavad Gita now? Bhagavad Gita is a book to read at 70s, 80s. No, 60 also young age, I can enjoy still. Before that. So is it true? Right? वो सही बोल रहे हैं ना, अभी तो एंजॉय करने की उम्र है. Then what it is happening? You are spoiling, you are tearing the manual, you spoil your machine, and that time you open and read the manual, what is the use? Reading the manual from the beginning of the life would help you to deal with the problems in the life, how to enjoy the real happiness, how to enjoy the real flavors of the life will come in. So you don't have to be like the first picture, you don't have to renounce. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita very practically says how to deal with the material world, how to deal with the spiritual things. Wherever you are, he never says, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna never says anything impractical. He says whatever, wherever you are there, you can easily practice spirituality and become like this, happy. So, spirituality can be practiced in any situation. Who are these two people? These two people are, any idea? So one first picture is from Mafatlal and group. It's a family, he is the person. And the second picture is, you all know that, right? Ford cars, right? Henry Ford's grandson. Who is he? Albert Ford. So what they do? They do practice. They take time and they do practice spirituality. They do spend 2 hours for reading, for chanting 16 rounds, and they do read Bhagavatam. If they can do, they are the busiest persons in the world, if I am not wrong. If they can do it, why can't we? Are we so busy than them? Alright. We can certainly have time. It's all that our mind, we don't have a will to go to. Like that king doesn't want to see the fourth wife. Similarly, our situation. Now we are happy, healthy. We look around for the enjoyment and happiness. But do we dare enough to take few minutes? One round of chanting. How much time is it? It will take hardly 7 minutes. Hardly 10 minutes. That much amount if we give to the Lord and maintain that connection, then, how do you build a relationship with any person? By spending your time. See, I love you, but I don't come to you, don't speak to you, but whenever I say I love you. How does that? So love is like, service, and you have to spend time with each other. When you say you want to love the God, that amount of time you have to spend, not that I just go visit temple, say hi, okay, I'm leaving, bye. Or one temple, one festival time I'll go, I'll break one coconut because he's lacking for coconuts or lacking for aplas. Done my job on a festival day, I'll just pay, visit, say hi, bye. This is how we are maintaining. Is that how we maintain a relationship? You love someone, on a birthday you go and visit him, say, oh, I love you, okay, bye, I'm leaving you. Does it build a relationship? No. You have to constantly spend time. Wherever you put your focus, your energy, your love, that relationship, that particular place flourishes or that, develops. So, the entire topic what we discussed, we quickly summarize. So here, what does the previous slide says? Understanding my needs, a revisit. So to the entire program what we have discussed. So our needs are there. Maintain the body and family, what we have to do, ways to fulfill is on your livelihood, right? To satisfy your mind, what you do? Work according to one's nature. Understood this point? Satisfying your mind? Work according to one's nature. You are a creative person. I can't put you in a software coding side and ask you to be happy. Right? You are a logical person and I put you in the field of music and ask you to compose songs. Possible? No. So based upon your nature you pick up and you do work, you will be satisfying your mind. Maintaining healthy relationship. Any relationship for this matter. The first thing, if you want to maintain healthy relationship, what is needed? Mood of service and stay grounded. What does that mean? Healthy relationship, like as much as you give, as long as I give it to you, or you give to me, I am happy with you. The moment you stop giving to me, I'll end the relationship. Is this a healthy relationship? What is that relationship? As long as I look a benefit, as long as I see a relationship as a business, it's not a healthy relationship. In a relationship, sacrifice will be there. In a relationship, you should be having a service attitude. Without expectation, anything you have to love if you are loving someone. That comes when you are doing a mood of service and you are grounded in that relationship. So, and what is the need of soul? Spiritual practices. आत्मा को जो खुशी चाहिए, सोल को जो हैप्पीनेस चाहिए, वो कहाँ से मिलता है? And it connects back to the Supreme Soul. That is the truth. So we connect ourselves to the Krishna, we connect ourselves to the Supreme Lord by doing spiritual practices, by bhakti. Your needs to the soul is fulfilled. Right? So be in this world, but not of this world. What does that mean? Nobody is saying that, now that you have realized that I'll come out of it, I'll become a renouncier. No. You do your activities as much as prescribed for you. What you are supposed to do as a student, you have to study. As an employee, you have to work. But at the same time, don't get attached too much to the material things or material people around you. Try to maintain a connection with the Supreme Lord. And in that way, you are in this material world also, but you are not getting attached. And you are out of this world also. Connecting yourself to the Supreme Lord. Doing bhakti. So, the pre-practices, quick spiritual advancement. So now that you have known the spiritual practices so much we heard from a few minutes back. So what are the 3 quick practices we can do is the mantra meditation. What is mantra? One which makes your mind controlled. Mantra. Controlling your mind is you get control your mind with the help of mantra. So we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 108 times. And regular study of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is again, like we discussed, it's a manual. The moment every time you read, 1 reading, 2 reading, 3 reading, 4 reading, 5 reading, lifelong. It's not novel that you read one time. And people who say that I read Bhagavad Gita one time, I know everything in Bhagavad Gita. It's not. You read one time Bhagavad Gita, 2 times reading Bhagavad Gita is again deeper and deeper. You will get more and more realizations, new realizations. Only you can experience, nobody can. That assurance is given in Bhagavad Gita. So regular study of Bhagavad Gita. And don't miss this Saturday classes what we are having. You'll know, you'll get more and more furthermore sessions. Basically what it means is satsang, be in the association of the devotees. You want to keep yourself in a particular journey, you have to be with the people who are going in that journey. Right? They give this famous example. Bombay, how many of you have visited this Bombay local trains? Anybody idea? So I think I never experienced, I heard. So you want to go to one place means you don't have to make effort. You have to stand in between the crowd and they push you. And you want to come out means you have to be in the crowd, they will push you out. So likewise, if you want to make advancement in spiritual life, you have to keep yourself in that association, in that group of people. Then you will get that strength. You don't have to do extra effort. You stand there, they will push you, they will pull you. That's all. So these three things are required. Mantra meditation, your mind is the biggest problem in this material world. That is the one which makes you, sometimes feel you very much enlightened, sometimes feels you great, and sometimes the mind itself makes you depressed. There may not be a big problem, but it will show you so much big that my life is completely waste. You are a useless fellow. Who says this? Your own mind. So controlling of mind is very much important, and that is very much possible with only mantra meditation. And your intelligence increases with Bhagavad Gita. So these are the three practices you can start from today for your spiritual advancements. Right, we'll end this session. If you have any questions, quick question answer sessions will take for 5 minutes, and then we'll do our mantra meditation. Any questions or any comments?
How can you change your past
Karma is another topic we are going to come. You come to that session, you will. Okay, karma is a big topic. But yeah, karma is what is your understanding on a karma?
Your past activities, good or bad.
Will come to you. So how can I change karma? Krishna says beautiful in Bhagavad Gita. Right? That you come to the sessions. We want to keep it suspense. I can answer you, but let's keep that suspense for that session. It will be interesting. Yes.
Can chanting be done in bed while in sickness?
Yeah.
On beats we can
Yes,
do while
yes,
sleeping.
Yes. Even if
Sometimes
beads are
not
not there, the situations where beads are not there, you can do it with hands. There are small electronic counters are there. So there's a difference between nama and mantra. Okay. Why we say this is mantra meditation. But basically there is a bijakshara mantras and all will be there. So those mantras, recitation, Vedic mantras, they would be having certain rules and regulations, like you have to do only on certain times, you have to clean yourself. Those are some rules and regulations will be there for mantras, but for the names of the Lord there is no rules and regulations. Anytime, any place, anywhere you can do it. Keep on constantly doing, you'll relish it. I mean, you'll relish the flavor of that sound vibration. So
Because in sickness you can't concentrate much.
that is the
Just
time
doing
where we
it
have to
mechanically.
put more and more. I understand totally. You don't feel like doing anything, but at that time when you are able to focus on the names of the Lord, see the magic happening over there. Yes, any more questions?
What is the best way to start reading the Bhagavad Gita and how should we do it?
Bhagavad Gita.
Like,
So right now you are coming to the sessions, please continue coming to the sessions. Read Bhagavad Gita and the association of the devotees. And when you take Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada purports you read thoroughly. The introduction, from introduction you start reading, you'll get an understanding. And whenever you have questions, you come and solve with the devotees instead of googling you are around or searching for yourself. There are a lot of information in the net, but those are not authentic. Okay? When you read Bhagavad Gita with the help of the devotees and the association of the devotees, things would be clear.
so how to do it? Because whenever we are in association with our parents, they say, okay, first get fresh, once you have puja, then only you do the Bhagavad Gita part and all. As we are doing the job and study, so how we should practice? Like, should I like follow the same thing, or I can on the same
Follow the
table?
same thing. Follow what thing?
Just like any granthas we are doing it, right? So whenever we go to the puja ghar, then we do those things. We read those granthas there. But whenever we are at workplace or we are not staying with our family, so we do not have the same surroundings here. We do not have a proper puja ghar and all of those things. So how we should do it?
See, keeping books, the sacred books in a puja room and dusting it once a time and keeping it again is good, or reading that book is good.
Reading that book is good.
Always good,
Right.
The book is meant to read that. And Bhagavad Gita has no such rules that you have to sit in the puja room only taking bath, you have to do no such rules. Take Bhagavad Gita, small copies are also available. Wherever you are there, you can sit and read Bhagavad Gita. No issues with that. But keep it in clean and neat and honor that. Like touching with legs, keeping here and there, throwing it around there. That minimum sense we all Indians have, if I'm not wrong. So that minimum care you take, you carry it very nicely. Doesn't mean that you have to keep it in puja room and only read in puja room. No. You have books everywhere available. You can take, read it like how you read other kind of novels and all. Like any place, journey or wherever you are traveling, you are getting interest, you want to read, you can read. No such rules and regulations. For chanting the names of the Lord, reading Bhagavad Gita, no such rules and regulations. Right. Any more questions? No? So we'll go with mantra meditation. Let's start this. So what all slides we have discussed, we'll just go through, we recollect them, and then this is an auspicious time, what we are getting 5-7 minutes or 7 to 10 minutes. One round it would take 7 minutes if we do 7 to 8 minutes properly. So think that this is the place where we have come here, at the place we are in the temple. Yes, Mother. So let's, after doing a mantra meditation,
So many of you are new, right? You have not chanted before, right? So I'll show you how to chant. So these are the beats, and here is this beat. This is called as Meru beat or the head beat. So in this beat we chant one mantra which Mataji told you before.
we'll
that
say
is-
it now also.
Yeah, we'll chant together now, and after that we should not touch the beats with this finger. So we are not going to touch it and going to so one